我只注意到他在那个换衣服的地方。
My man, if you're gonna chase somebody, like he's like do. You go from auto tune to D tune.
反正都吞下就对了。
What up? 大家好，我是嗩吶，and we're back for another episode of Cypher Blast. Before we get straight into it, we will remind you that whenever we comment on this video, whenever we talk our bullshit, and then you go over to their video and you comment, don't talk shit.
Yeah.
You need to support these people. If you don't think their music's good, then don't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
But if you think that they can improve and you have suggestions of how they can improve,
yeah,
then say something. Say it nicely.
Yeah.
And remember, you're behind a goddamn phone screen, and your humor is not as good as our humor.
要有证照。
对，要有证照。If you want to get the 靠北证照, then you go to 好机车会员, and we'll tell you exactly how to get that. You can watch this same video uncensored with all the bullshit. That word bullshit just got bleeped, but on the uncensored version in the Huiyan, it's not bleeped. On this episode, we have a video from Dambao.
Hey.
And this video, I cannot, 这个字我完全看不懂它叫什么。
对啊，他这个好像没有名字哎。
有吗？没有吗？
没有，就叫做什么司法程序监视器拍下惊人一幕。
很长哎。Anyway, we have a video from Dambao. We want to check this 就对了。So let's get straight into it.
好。
Oh, they filmed this in 4x3.
What?
4x3? Like, you know, most videos are filmed in widescreen 16:9. This is more like in 4x3, and it's like video VHS style, dude.
哦，就是那种很旧那一种。
对啊 look at that. They even have the tracking on that. Okay.
那个人就是任性啊。
That's okay. So for all you young people, you don't know this, but 我们的年代 was when the internet started, right? And whenever you used to get a phone call, a cell phone call, remember? Yeah. If you were near speakers and someone's about to call like 5 seconds before, it's like and then your phone would ring. And it's because that was before 3G, it was before any of that.
应该是在你看电视的时候会有那个声音吧
？No, you have to have 喇叭. If you have 喇叭, or if you're watching 电视当然有喇叭 so 因为电视有喇叭对吗？ So you would hear it, and you could always predict there was a phone call coming because the signal would come in.
现在好像没有了哈。
没有。So this is 是很 old school 的。CCTV。
这是他们好像有电是不是？
对，你看右边。那右边你知道 what that is? It looks like CD 对吧？
对啊。
不是 CD 哦。
LD 吧。
This is in English we call it laser disc.
那 LD 啊。
LD 吗？对 ，laser disc。对啊。
很旧啊。
很超旧的，而且在美国没有成功，但在亚洲好像蛮成功。它日本啊、香港，它卖得很好。美国没有，他们就失败了。
OK。LD 那个是唱片嘛，对不对？都是唱片吧。
Kind of, yeah. It was almost the size of a record, but it looked like a CD, right? But before CDs were actually 比较流行的。那个是
这个不知道是真的事件还是假的事件，我不知道哎，他们好像。
I think they just try to recreate the 那个吧。
应该是。
因为这个太清楚，这 CCTV 太清楚了。对啊 ，over 清楚。
好像是他们有那个什么 LD 被偷走了，可是这是真的事件吗
？Go back, dude. This guy, whoever did this, is like. 真的很认真那个细节，等一下。等一下 ，wait till he moves, move it, move, boom.
What?
We cannot zoom in, but this right here, because I'm a nerd. That is an Akai MPC.
Akai?
And Akai is a company that makes drum machines. MPC is what's responsible for hip hop beats.
你说在柜子这里那个？
对，so inside the little case, right? The right side of that is an Akai MPC. MPC is what allows you to sample. We'll do this in the scoreboard because that's a lot of history.
Okay.
But hip hop would not be what it is today without the Akai MPC.
Okay. 我靠，你这样看得到？台北 CT。
Okay, what is he doing?
我看他们好像有店，然后说什么要搬家，然后有东西被偷走。
应该 yeah, he's like. Why is he so chill about it? My man, if you're gonna chase somebody, like he's like do. That
没有节奏感在跑步哎。可能是干吃完锅在那跑步。
Maybe.
菠菜跑步。
Oh shit！
这个歌叫《等待佛陀》啊。等待佛陀。
等待佛陀。
对，等待佛陀。
Oh my god! I know the sample too.
SD 啊。
还是 using a drone for this?
这应该是在无人机上面贴2只小手啊。
哦，
酷哎。
Yeah, he's using a drone. Should be. Yeah, he's using a drone.
应该是的啊。他蛮同意的。
哎，好酷 ！Speedball。哎，Who's the stuntman for this? It's probably somebody we know.
有可能有。
他跑步动作太正确，不是一般人做的吧？哦。Dude, this beat is dope. Oh, you know this hook? I'll explain what this hook is. This hook has a very long history. Yeah, this sample hook they got.
它是 sample.
Yeah, it sampled a very, very popular song by a very big singer in the 70s called Dusty Springfield.
Dusty Springfield.
Yeah, she's awesome.
OK. 香港都很会写歌词。
真的。
对啊。
although我的歌词我看不懂。
它这个是什么风格的啊？
那就是一般的 hip hop 啊 ，it's a little bit boom bap, it's a little bit what do you call it? Like it's got a little bit of a drill vibe to it, a little bit of a grime vibe as well. But the vibe is like just straight up like hip hop, like old school boom bap vibe. You know what I mean? With sampling was more the focus rather than writing a hook. It's like all the music part is all pretty much based on the sample that he used. I like this VHS vibe he's got going on.
Oh. 你说这一段是？在干嘛？
哎 ，Warrior pose 吗？ Warrior One。哎。
来打炮。谁在柜子里啊？问他。
Is he just 他很无聊吗？因为那个歌词我听不太懂。Is he just like bored so he's doing?
没有啊，他的东西会偷走啊。
Well, here we go. So this is just him holding the video the whole time.
应该什么
He's holding it together. Like 只一个人。
哦，只有一个人，对。他这个真的是 old school 的，那觉得好像 jazz 那种感觉。
对啊。And remember we talked about like hip hop started with sampling old jazz and funk records, right? And I'll get into the details. It has a lot to do with MPC, the Kai MPC.
OK. 来追那只鸟，靠边，鸟掉下去了。
I wonder how they made the arms like. I was obviously just 一种玩具的。
应该是玩具的。
And it's attached to a drone.
对啊。
But it's done really well. The vibe is really chill, man.
对啊，他的歌啊都是很 chill。
It's almost remnant of the Nujabes. The Japanese guy, the Japanese producer who passed. Remember we talked about him in the Juan Galton.
等待佛陀。
There you go. There's your boom bap right there. All right, we're at the end.
Yeah. 后面就介绍了吧。
But the beat is still dope. Oh, let's keep it going.
真的吗？
Even though we're just staring at like with nothing going on in the track at the bottom.
Okay.
All right, so that's the end. And now it's time for好机车 scoreboard. Same rules apply. We separate by video, by music, and by rap. And remember, the score that we give you is just our own cult-based score. So if you get a low score, don't cry, don't mean nothing. If you get a high score, you can be happy, but it still don't mean nothing. It's all about our personal, just one person like that. So for the video, I really like the VHS vibe. VHS just means video tape, video cassette tape, right?
Okay.
Like back in the day, when you watch a movie, you had to actually have like a tape, you put it in the VCR, you press play, and the picture quality is not that great, so you have to do tracking. That's all those little lines coming through.
Yeah.
Like that brings me back to that. I love the 80s, 90s pop culture Easter egg, like the laser disc. That's part of the late 80s, 1990s. Also, the Pioneer CDJ, which is on the left side. Pioneer CDJ is what we use as DJs to play our music. So 你看那个 DJ 台有左边和右边那个按的那个 he actually has a Pioneer CDJ sitting in that case right there. I know this because I've been a DJ for almost 20 years, so we see that. Just like you see some things, you know, oh, I know what that is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Also, the Akai MPC. The Akai MPC is a drum machine that was invented in the late 80s, and it allowed producers to sample 13 seconds of a song. Before that, hip hop, you had to sample the whole song. And maybe chop it up a little bit, but you didn't have an actual precise tool to chop it up.
Okay.
So the MPC allowed you to create your own rhythm, saying, let's say I hear a James Brown song, and I only want the kick drum from James Brown, or I only want the snare or the hook from James Brown. I could put that in the MPC because that's 16 pads, and be like, I say I have the boop, the kick, the ding ding, to boop, kick, ding ding, kick, boom, kick, ding ding.
它可以只抓那一部分而已哦。
对。And that allowed hip hop to become what was known as the boom bap era. The boom bap era would not exist without the Akai MPC.
Okay.
So the Akai MPC is the most iconic piece of equipment for hip hop.
Okay.
And people still use it today. So I like that. I also like the parkour, obviously, because So for this video, man, I give it a 5. Because it was filmed well for the style that they did it. All the cultural references that they had, the parkour, I like the POV, kind of like him chasing the guy. Like that was all done really, really well. And the video stands out. That's the most important thing is I'll remember that video even if I don't know what the point of it was. You know what I mean?
我只注意到他在那个换衣服的地方打炮。
Well, the point is it would make you just shy. So for this, I feel like it was executed really well. So I give it a 5.0.
Okay.
It's very, very nice. For 蛋堡的音乐的部分, this was really cool. I said this before that this sample is done by a producer named Burt Bacharach, who was a big-time producer in the 60s. And the singer is Dusty Springfield. It's called The Look of Love. You Google Dusty Springfield. Remember in the last episode we talked about trip hop?
Yeah.
Trip hop owes a lot of its samples and its styles to that musical era, which was Burt Bacharach, Dusty Springfield.
所以这个算是 trip hop。
那个不算 trip hop。这不算
trip hop。
No. But that sample, that style of music, 其实有影响到 hip hop 跟 trip hop 的年代。
Okay.
So, and I'm a big Dusty Springfield fan, actually. And I like that they had, within the sample, they actually did what's called detuning, where the actual sound is not really in tune, it's actually detuned. It's out of tune a little bit. They did it also with what's called the Rhodes. The Rhodes is what you hear was whenever he's rapping a dum 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 dum. Those are called Rhodes. Rhodes is an electric piano that allows you to have a more of an electric sound within the piano. And it's like a small, we'll put a picture of that. There, but it's called
为什么要 detune 啊？ 为什么要 detune?
It's just an effect. It makes it more interesting. It gives it texture, what we call texture. Whenever you do things, you add effects or you detune. Those are all things to give the song texture, so it doesn't sound boring. Because you're listening to the same thing over and over again, right? So you want to make it just 比较有趣一点点。
如果结婚太久的话，
你要 give it, 你要 detune 呢？
你说老婆，你可不可以 detune 一下
？You go from auto tune to detune，
反正都吞下就对了。管你怎么吞，都给我吞下去。
I also like that they used, he or whoever the producer is, used what's called a Roland 330. You know when you were listening, you hear that tick tick tock, tick tick tock, tick tick tock, tick tick tock. That is an actual drum machine that was used to emulate Brazilian style music known as bossa nova. And it's called a Roland 330. So all the instruments, all the things he's using in this production is actually like a throwback to that 年代, to the boom bap era, to the early development of hip hop.
是哦，所以连乐器都找那种很 old school 的乐器。
Yes, it's very, very old school. 真的很不一样. Honestly, he does it really, really well. I really appreciate this, probably because I grew up in that area and it takes me back. But the thing is that it's executed really well and it makes the song interesting. You know what I mean? So for the music, again, I give it a 5.0.
The music 很像那个 whisky 的感觉，就是很浓的感觉哈。
对。So this one also 5.0.
Okay.
Like I really had to think about if there's anything I would improve, and there's nothing I would improve. He did everything really well. Whoever the producer is. 蛋堡 man. Leo. So for the rap portion, I really enjoy his rap style. I like his style is kind of a cross between boom bap, we talked about before, and grime. Grime is a UK style of 电子音乐. It's a rapping style that's taken from Jamaican dance hall music. It's like the UK's black community's response to American hip hop. That's okay. Well, you guys got boom bap, we got grime. So the way he's rapping, he's like that is very unique to grime style music, to grime rhyme scheme, grime rhyme scheme. So I really like that, and I also like that he's technically on point. The only issue I have with his rap is that because his voice is really chill, he doesn't have a lot of weight. The way he raps, he's very technically on point, but his voice doesn't make me feel like fully invested in what he's saying. You know what I mean? And it could, but even if I take, and because I know other songs I've heard where I'm like, yeah, this is all very good, the lyrics are good, but your voice doesn't make me like feel like just special. You know what I mean? His voice, if I just heard his voice, I would know it's Dampa. It could be anybody. You know what I mean? So I feel like that part, that could just be his own personal.
因为吃了菠菜，大家都变一样的。
不是啦，你要多吃菠菜，不会啦，不会啦，不会。So it could just be 他的个性嘛，It could be that, or maybe it's something you can prove. I don't know, but that's just my own personal anecdote. So for the rap, I give a 4.0.
Okay.
But overall, I think this is one of the highest rated videos we've ever done. Like, I don't think I've ever given a music and video a 5.0. So this, I'm really, really impressed. It has a really nice old school vibe. It's a shame I don't really understand the lyrics. If you could help me out, maybe put some English symbol in the bottom, you know? But shout out to Tampao. This is very, very cool. I really like this vibe. So, let us know what you thought about this video in the comments down below. Remember to go to our Huiyin for uncensored comment, like, comment, subscribe, go over to his video and do the exact same thing, and we'll see you next time. Peace!